Hey everybody out there, this is Kris Nicholson and I just wanted to show you all the parts that I just finished veneering. Veneering is sanding down. I tell you this, it's a hard job. I have sawdust all over my hands. I just recently took another shower. I smelled like wood because I was sawing like crazy. Soon I'm going to smell like chemicals because now I have to stain all this stuff. But just wanted to show you exactly how things came out to be, and I'll show you the different parts, which is really cool. First, let's take you over here, and let's go and let's see the piano. Piano's on its side, and everybody, I decided to make it black. I mean, right now it's a natural wood. I thought I'd keep it this way for a little while just to test it out. But I think I decided to make it a high polish black. I put a new piece of veneer, as you can see, right over here, because that was actually just a natural wood. So I needed the new piece of veneer on there. So we're gonna start right here. If I could get this camera really good. And I tell you this, pianos, they have a lot of parts. Oh, thank you, Eric, thank you. You're amazing too. You're definitely amazing too. So this is the other side of the lid. So as you can see, it's beveled. It's beveled just like one of those rich, expensive grand pianos. And so this top and there's the side right over here, which is the beveled side. And right now, as you know, that's what it looks like right now from this side. This side is already dry. It's already cured. So guess what? I'm gonna have to do the same process with this side right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the top part first. I'm gonna put like painter's tape all around here, so it doesn't drip, and some stuff on the floor so it doesn't drip. I'm gonna move this piano out the way. I put the skid rails back on to this piano so I could just leave it on its side. But so I'm gonna do the top of it. What I have to do is first I have to clean off all of the dust. All the dust that's on there, I have to clean that off. And with that, I could actually clean it off with denatured alcohol. In a way, I just don't want to. But I should. I'm just going to take a damp cloth and water. How about that? Not denatured alcohol, because I don't want it to ruin the wood. After all this stuff that I had to put on here. To get a big piece of veneer, this is one piece right here. And then it goes right over here and it splits right here. So it splits right over here, and this is another big piece right here. So it was hard to get a humongous piece of veneer because they don't sell it like that, and which is a shame. They should. But for the size of this piano, I am so happy that they do sell it like that. Hold on 1 minute. Put it on mute. People try to call me and distract me when I'm doing live streaming. But so this is the lid. This is the lid right there. And now let's go to the other parts. The other parts are right over here. And I'll show it to you like this. It's a lot of work, guys. It was a lot of work I had to do. Putting the veneers on the piano is basically like building another piano. Building another exoskeleton of a piano. And it was tremendous amount of work. I spent countless hours just doing it. So, but I achieved a lot. And so I'm going to show you little parts and pieces. I wonder if you guys can see me. Let's back it up a little bit. Back it up a little bit like this. There we go. You hear my puppy. My puppy's going to come out. She probably has to walk, which I already gave her a walk. Okay, so parts and little pieces right here. This right over here, I veneered the whole thing. This is the music rest, and you know what? Before I show you that, I'm gonna put some more light on so you guys can actually see it better. There you go, much better. I should have done that before. But this over here. This is the music desk, not the music rest. This is the music desk right over here. There's a difference between a music rest and a music desk, but this is the desk, and what happens is that it goes in the piano and it slides back and forth, which is really good. So I veneered this whole part right here to underneath. Veneered this whole bar, this right over here, the side panels right there, which is very nice. I veneered the sides of it. I had to do everything, the sides, because aesthetic looks, it looks better, you know. On top of that, it slides better like this, which is really cool. Okay, so that's one. This is the music rest. This is what the music rests on, and it actually folds, you know, just basically folds backwards. And this is what I veneered on here. I might have to sand it down just a little bit more. But all the sanding I did. I did most of the sanding today, except for the legs. I have to do the legs. But this is what it looks like right here, and this is on both sides. So that's the back side right here. And here's the front side, which is really good. Veneers, golly, they were expensive. They were basically like around $75 a sheet. And I bought like 8 sheets of veneer just to do this whole piano. This is the only thing that's not veneered. This is the back of the music rest. So when it goes up, it stays like that, you know, just in the back right over here. This is just a piece of veneer right over here, and it's on a little lever that holds the music prop for the music desk. It holds it up in place, which is really cool. But I'm thinking about a different design for that. Over here, these are lyre rods, and what they do is that when you put the lyre on, which is this piece right over here, and I'll show you the lyre. When you put the lyre on, they stay and they hold it in place. So if you get those heavy foot player piano players, the lyre won't go anywhere. Over here, this is a beveled key slip, and I finally fixed it. The bottom part doesn't really need it because nobody's going to see the bottom. So, but if you look at it at a different angle, you can see that it's kind of curved a little bit. And that's definitely the beveled key slip right here, which is really cool. And what I mean by beveled is that beveled, it gives it like a little bit of a structure of the wood, which is really cool. Okay. This right here, this is the fall board slip, and it looks like just a regular normal piece of wood. But I veneered the whole thing. It was a different color before that. Right over here, this is the lid prop. This actually holds up the lid, which is right here. And it's in 2 positions, actually. Looks like a sword. People call it like a sword, basically. But it goes in 2 positions. This is the small prop right here, and this is the large prop. So it's 2 different positions. I was thinking of trying to get it into 3 different positions. But for this kind of piano, it's just two different positions. Put the screw holes right over here, and it's actually angled in. I have to glue that back on. It's angled in, so it's actually going to fit inside the lid perfectly. Here is the lid prop bar, which is the log. Lid prop bar log, what they call it. And it's beveled. It's hard to see it with this kind of wood, but once I put the color on it, you get to see the shine, and it's beveled. So it looks good. Looks pretty good. And this side is square, so this side goes actually on the outside from right here. This side goes into the inside because when it goes down, it's not that much wood on this side, which is really good. Okay. Next one. This is the head piece of the lid log right here. So you have the head and the tail, what they call it. So the head is the first part of the grand piano lid, and the tail is the back part. And also they call it the bow of the piano, which is right here, or they call it the nose. I don't know what they call it. They call it the butt too. That's the only thing too. But this right over here, this is basically 2 pieces of wood. One of them is thick and the other one's thin. And I have to use 2 pieces of wood to get the right measurements for when the lid closes back into the piano. And so I did that. And it looks honestly, it looks like 1 piece of wood, which is pretty cool. Okay. going to show you each part, even each leg. This right here, this is called a fall board. Now, when I talked about the fall board key slip, I'm sorry, the key fall board slip is right here. So when you close the lid, it's going to look like this. And then when you open it, and you can have this up or you can have this like that. You can actually put it down, close the flap so you won't hit your fingers right on it. That feature is mostly on higher concert grand model pianos. And you can see some on uprights too, but mostly higher concert grand models of the fall board flap, what they call it. And it's pretty cool. Now with the fall board, as I mentioned yesterday, remember this was 2 pieces of wood. This curved piece of wood was from an old upright piano that I gutted a long time ago, and I looked at it and I'm like, I need that piece of wood. I need that piece of wood because it curves perfectly, and it did the job perfect. And I can't wait to put the color on there because it's going to shine it. It's going to make it look really, really nice. Right over here, this is where I put the nameplate, which is my name, K. Nicholson, which is Kris Nicholson, but I'm just going to put my first initial last name, K. Nicholson. And, you know, somebody told me I should put K. Nicholson and Company. I have no company, guys. I have no company. This is only me working. So it's just K. Nicholson. And I did the sides. So the sides actually match in. I was up until like 4 o'clock in the morning doing all this stuff. You see the sides right over here matching. Over here it's a little different because it's kind of like a locking mechanism that's inside of it, which is pretty cool. All right, this I did today. This was a bitch. This was too much. This is the lyre. I took the pedals off, but as you can see, it's sculptured really, really nicely. I just got to sand out some of the edges over here. But it looks, I don't know if you remember what it looked like before, but it has some definition to it. It looks like a real piano lyre. Now I put this up to my grand piano lyre, and it's almost the same size, just shorter. Here's the back of it. Back of it's right here. This is where the holes go. I hope I don't, oh no, everything's good. Everything's solid. It's where the holes go right here. And as you can see, you don't see any screws anymore. That's the main part of it. I don't want people seeing screws out. You know, that's the only thing. Down here is the support. So actually, I don't know if you can see it, but usually lyres flop back. This one can stand up on its own, which is really good. I just finished this work right over here to make it look a lot better. And on a little piano, I have a nice, good flat surface, lyre support, because one thing about it is that when it gets on the piano, you don't want a lyre that's gonna, every time you press the pedal, it's gonna rock backwards. No, that's not good. So that's why with the 2 support rods, it's going to be right here. So it's going to be two different support rods. It's going to be right there. So that's going to be probably the last thing that I'm going to put on the piano because I want to make sure that it's perfect. I want to make sure that it's really, really perfect and right. Okay, this is leg number 3. What I have to do is I have to put a piece of veneer over here. So that's the only thing that I'm missing. I got some veneer over there. I'll do that probably shortly. But I need to sand it down just over here. Nice. I don't know if you remember what it looked like before. It actually had the little parts, little pieces of wood going vertically. This hides all of that. It hides all the screws. Remember the screws that were back here? It hides all the screws. I copied Steinway, and I put a cat piece right over here. And I had to veneer the sides, I had to veneer the bottom, I had to veneer all through it. I had to veneer almost everything on this piano. As I said, I made another piano just by veneering. And it was a lot of work. So this is leg 3. Oh, and as you can see, I measured the distance for the screws, you just put the screws in without even breaking the veneer or whatever. Once I put the sealer on here, this wood is going to be so freaking hard. I doubled the edges of the veneers of the legs and everything. Okay. This one's leg 2. Same process. And I made the on all the legs, I made the base a lot wider. What's going to happen is that this is hidden, so nobody's going to actually really see this. But the wheels are much bigger. I upgraded the wheels. They're a little bit bigger. They're better resistance in moving. When it goes over a bump, it's just going to glide. So the wheels that I had before, they were kind of a little bit cheap, you know. So I said, let me upgrade the wheels, and those wheels were like $6 each, which is no problem. But yeah, same thing, same process right here. I have to sand down this whole part right here and put a veneer right there. The reason I haven't put the veneer on is because of the numbers. And a lot of people's like gonna probably ask me, you don't have to do that because nobody's actually gonna really see it. But for my reputation of me building a piano, I'm gonna get new numbers. I could easily get new numbers. That's no problem. And I'm gonna put the veneer right here so it looks more professional. So even though it's gonna be underneath the piano and smushed underneath the piano, nobody's gonna see it. And here's leg number 1. Leg number 1 is just like that. Yeah, all the parts of the piano I had to build, everybody. Nobody taught me how to do this. Nobody taught me how to do this. This over here I have to sand down, which is no problem. Oh, forgot to take off the tape. There was a piece that was sticking out. There we go. I can get that. That's no problem. But yeah, this is it. A little bit of Gorilla Tape. I'm sorry, not Gorilla Tape. A little bit of Gorilla Glue with the adhesive that's on here, and it's perfect. It's just really, really perfect. So I have to sand down the legs, make sure that they're going to be sand down. Only thing I have to do is to sand down the legs, not this part right over here, which I will do anyway, but just mostly just the base of the leg. And again, you know, it's weird because these legs, they stand up by themselves. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. If not, I'll put the camera in the area. Now, if they stand up by themselves, not flop over, go like this, plus the lyre. Put this right back here. You did a good job. And there it is. There it is right there. So let's see. Let's see your comments, everybody. Hey, forget about the bear suit. You should make a working piano suit. Yeah, I should. I should definitely. And also those legs would be great to be in a suit. Yeah, but they're heavy. So yes, I actually, and they're not in order. So hold on 1 minute. This is number 1. This is number 2. And here's number 3. And exactly, this is this is one of the coolest things ever. Now, since it is handmade, you are going to see some flaws. Like, say for instance, you're going to see something that I probably forgot to do, or something a little bit out of proportion, which was, you know, some of my hardest parts was making the lyre was very hard. Making this part right over here was very hard. So you might see things just a little out of proportion, but not as much as, you know, as it is. But when it's on the piano, you're not going to notice it at all. But this is my very first piano that I actually worked really, really hard on doing, and very proud of what I did. I'm very, very proud. I didn't expect it to come out like this. I hope the finished product is going to be, you know, it's going to just actually gleam me, which I should say, which is going to be really cool. I am going to make more pianos, everybody. I decided I'm going to make more pianos. So this is the Kris Nicholson piano. This is exactly how it looks and how it comes, basically. Now it doesn't come like this. It's going to come assembled. Only thing you have to put together is the layer, the lyre and the legs, and probably the lid too. But you know, if I make a piano for you. But this is the Kris Nicholson piano, which is going to have most of the top of the line wood. It's going to have most of the top of the line premium cut veneers. And it's going to be to the specifications that you want them to be. So you could just give me a picture on the internet of a piano and say, Kris, can you build this? And I'm like, yeah, I could build this, but there's something about this leg that I probably can't do, but I could just probably match it up or whatever. Or I could build that, or I could build it a lot better than what it looks like right now. Like say for instance, it's a Baldwin upright that I'm going to be working on. And it's a Kris Nicholson version of an upright. It's called a Baldwin Concert 6000, and it looks really, really nice. But I'm gonna make it a different kind of version that's gonna make it more professional. Another thing I was talking about. A lot of people ask me if without a lot of the wood parts, can I still make pianos from cardboard and the veneer? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And that is going to be a different line. That is going to be actually not the Kris Nicholson line. That's going to be the Maxwell line. And so the Maxwell line is going to have different specifications, but it's going to be almost the same identical pianos that you're going to see me make. But the Maxwell line is going to be a lot lighter, a lot more portable. The Kris Nicholson line is going to be built almost like real pianos. And the Maxwell line, it's going to be like that, but it's going to be a lot less heavier materials and what was I going to say? It's going to be a lot of work just to build both of them no matter what, but it's going to be a lot more affordable to the public too. So say for instance for a Kris Nicholson like this, honestly for a Kris Nicholson like this, it's probably going to be like around $3,000 just for the piano after I'm finished with it. But depending on what size and what length and how much you want it, and stuff like, I mean how much detail you want in it, the price kind of goes up or whatever. But just a starting price at $3,000 just for the grand. And I'm not talking about that size. I'm talking about a full size grand, like my not a concert grand, but baby grand size, but a full size 88 key. The little grands are very welcome and stuff like that. That's gonna be. I'm gonna try to make more of those, but those are gonna be also salesman samples. What I'm gonna do. The Kris Nicholson line is gonna be almost the same process, but it's gonna be a lot lighter materials. It's gonna be a lot faster to build. It's gonna be something that anybody could just pick up by themselves and put in their car, and then the keyboard's going to be built around it and everything like that. So it's not going to be too much of a difficult process as what I'm doing right here and flipping a grand piano. And the reason I say that is because that little grand, the little grand piano, it weighs. This weighs basically probably like around 150 pounds, going close to 200 pounds. That's the piano itself, because the reason of that is that I'm using, this is no cardboard parts here. This is real wood. This is all real wood. This is all real wood. The piano's all real wood except for the rim. Inside the rim is actually cardboard lining. That's the only thing. It's like four strips of long pieces of cardboard and six strips of cardboard in front, but it has the veneer on top of it. The Maxwell line is going to be fully made out of cardboard, fully made out of cardboard, and it's going to have the veneer just like this. So with a fully cardboarded piano, it's going to be a lot lighter, and it's not going to look like cardboard. It's going to look like a real piano, but people won't notice that inside of it, it's actually going to be cardboard. It's going to be reinforced. It's going to be strong. That It's not going to be strong enough that you can actually sit on it like these. The K. Nicholson line, you can actually sit on it. You can you could put a drink, nothing's going to happen to it. The Maxwell line is going to be a lot cheaper, a lot more less expensive. So say for instance the K. Nicholson line, this grand piano, the little grand piano is going to be like around $3,000. And the same size of that, the Maxwell line, is going to be probably like around 100. I'm sorry, not 100. It's going to be probably like around like $700. so I'm gonna do an example. I'm gonna make one of the Maxwell lines as a grand piano and show you the difference between the K. Nicholson and the Maxwell lines. But this is a lot of people's asking me, why are you doing this, Kris? Why are you doing this? And what made you do this? And what made me do this is that when I was a little kid, I always wanted a grand piano. I seen them in schools, I seen them in people's houses and everything. I wanted a grand piano. I already have one. I have a piano shop right now. But so when I was a kid, I made pianos out of cardboard. Yes, and if a lot of people don't believe me, you can ask my sister, you can ask my mother, you can ask my best friends that grew up with me. I made pianos for them. I made a whole series out of cardboard. And then what happened is that I just stuck a keyboard inside of it. I didn't know about taking apart a keyboard or nothing. Just stuck the keyboard inside of the piano. But what I also did was I made the pianos almost like a Yamaha or Steinway or Mason and Hamlin, but I kind of took different parts of each piano and then put them together as my own different kind of piano, different kind of style. So say for instance on a Steinway, I like the legs the way how it is right here. On a Mason and Hamlin, I like the rim. So I designed the rim just like a Mason and Hamlin. On a Yamaha, I like the curves. So I designed the same curves as a Yamaha. Different pianos, I take different parts. I'm like, I like this part of that piano, but not that part, you know? Like say for instance, the Samick. I took the Samick music desk and made myself the same kind of music desk as a Samick. I don't know why, but I like the style of it. And I took a Steinway I took this music rest of a Samick and the music desk of a Steinway. So I'm like, okay, do I want the Steinway Ds are like this. They basically have it on this side. Steinway M's and the lower models are like this. So I took the lower models of the Steinways just to put it like this so I could slide it back and forth easily when I'm performing or whatever. The lyre is my own creation. This is basically my own creation. I didn't take the lyre off of nothing. Basically, I just did something as simple as I can and did my own creation on here. The fallboard, Steinway. This is the fallboard of like a Steinway D. So it's the same process. Lid logs are universal. The underlid log, Mason and Hamlin. Took the underlid log of a Mason and Hamlin. The lid prop, Steinway. The lid, Mason and Hamlin. You know, so somebody's trying to call me right now, but they will wait. But that's basically it. That's basically what I achieve of making the pianos out of cardboard. Now, there's another thing. Growing up throughout the years, I also I gutted acoustic pianos. After I got the acoustic pianos, I made them into digitals, but kept most of the piano parts to make them authentic, to make them look like a piano. I wanted to open up like a piano, close like a piano, and have the digital parts on top. And so I achieved that. I took apart a lot of these digital pianos. I took apart a lot of acoustic pianos. And I just learned basically how to do it. Then what happened, what made me make this piano is basically I did a, no, I didn't do anything, I'm sorry. I was looking at the Liberace site, so I have to thank Liberace for this, for giving me back this gift that it's been dormant for a long time. And what I did is I basically, there was a piano that a Liberace puppet was playing. And I'm like, that is so well made. That is so cool. That's unbelievable. I would like to do that. And my friend Skip said, yeah, you should make it your act. You act like Schroeder and play on a little piano, and people think that you're faking or whatever, but you're actually really playing. So I said, okay, let me see what happens if I put this to work. So let's see what happens if I put this to work and just wing it, Kris. I said, just wing it. And one thing came after another. How am I going to design legs? And it all came back since when I was a kid, building pianos out of cardboard. So I'm like, okay, we can't just build it out of cardboard. Let's make it strong and sturdy. What can we do? So I took apart my grand piano. I took apart the whole thing. Well, except for the strings and everything, except for the strings and the plate. But I put it all together, took it apart, put it all back together, and what I did is I measured that one. It's a 7'2" Young Chang. I measured that one and did a lot. I shrunk it down in my mind. I had to shrink it down in my mind to create the small piano. Plus the keyboard that I used was a MicroStation, and that came apart perfectly. I was going to use a micro key Air, and I can show you that. Let me show you that. Hold on. So it came apart in 2 pieces, just like that. I didn't have to saw the parts. I didn't have to. I didn't have to actually dissect the whole keyboard. Just like that. It just came just like that. The bottom piece I didn't need, so I just put it in the back. And just in case if this keyboard breaks and I want to put this back together again, it's very simple as that. If Korg comes out with a newer version of this, I could just upgrade it. It's simple. The reason I choose this keyboard is because you can initialize this whole keyboard and you can make it your very, very own. It's not presetted like Yamaha or other keyboard companies. It's not presetted. This keyboard, you can actually have it preset, or you could customize it the way how you want it, and it could sound the way how you want it. There's a headphone jack right there, which is really cool, and it's an adventure, everybody. It's an adventure. So this is my project. Thank you so much for watching. It's a beautiful day. It's such a beautiful day outside. Let's go outside real quick. I hope I don't lose reception, but it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous day. So I'm gonna be working. I'm gonna be putting the sanding sealer onto the parts, and as much work as I do, I have a lot of time today, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my music on and just go with the flow, and that's it. All right, everybody, do me a favor, click like, subscribe, follow me on everything. Go to my website, www.krisnicholson.com, and put your questions or whatever. If you want to learn about how to do this, I could explain it in another video, how I did it, basically step by step. And when I make the Maxwell line, I'm gonna do a full video on that. So when I make one of the Maxwell pianos, it's definitely gonna have a full video on it. All right, I'll see ya. Bye bye. Mwah.